Buenos días a todos. ¿Cómo estamos, clase? Hola, ¿qué tal? Buenos días, ¿qué tal? Let's remember our cameras, por favor. Oh, my chair is so squeaky. Squeaky, squeaky. Buenos días, clase. ¿Cómo estamos? How are we? ¿Cómo estás? Remember that S, woo, the S makes it formal, right? Not plural. Formal, right? Sí. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? Are you guys having a good day? Buenos días, Nikki, Jameson, Priscilla, Holden, Haley, Kamura. ¿Cómo estamos? Let me know in chat. I got a thumbs up if you can count to 5 in Spanish. If you think you can count to 10, give me a smiley emoji. Yee. Yes, ma'am. We're going to do some numbers. Uno, dos, tres. Yeah, we're going to do some numbers. And you never knew numbers were so loaded, complicated. Yeah. But we're going to try to make connections today. Muy bien, Haley. So you guys, if you can count to Spanish in 5, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Muy bien, Jameson. But we just might, Kamora. And yes. And if you think you can count to 10 in Spanish, send me an emoji, smiley. Muy bien, James. Are y'all having a good day? See or no? See? I'm hoping. I'm hoping. Buenos dias, Caroline. Caroline. How do you want me to pronounce it? Because in Spanish, I'm likely to say Carolina, but if you don't want me to say that.
Both are fine. Both are fine.
All right, good. Okay, muy bien. All right, Elizabeth, gracias. Oriana, buenos días. ¿Qué tal? Muy bien, Carolina. Hola, Carlin. ¿Qué tal? Marilisa, Arshas, ¿qué tal? How are we today? ¿Cómo estamos? Todos. Yay, Oriana, muy bien. So if you think you can count Spanish 1 to 5, give me a thumbs up. If you think you can count 0 to 10 or whatever, 1 to 10, give me a smiley.
I could count, but I can't spell it.
Can't spell it. That's all right. How'd we do on our recording? Anybody have any issues with our recording? Good, Kamura. A recording assignment? Do you have tech issues at all with our recording assignment? Gracias, Marilisa. Oh, that's interesting. Holden. Whatever works, I guess, right? Yeah. Hola, Dallas. Akari. Lay, I need a camera. Por favor. Oh, so you had issues, Elizabeth? Did you make sure your microphone was on? if you were using your Chromebook thing, was the microphone enabled? I guess is the word I need.
Yes.
Okay. So Marilisa, it depends how you did it. If you saved it on like if you downloaded it on your computer or something, you go back to Canvas and upload it in the assignment back to me. Okay, Marilisa, if you can't figure that out, you can always just attach it in an email to me, and that's fine, right? You can do that too. Buenos dias, Heaven, Charlie, Stacy, how are we today, you guys? If you just joined us, if you can count from 1 to 5 in Spanish, give me a thumbs up. If you think you can do more than that, send me a smiley. Hola, Charlie. Remember, I have to see you in order to count you as present, yeah? Okay. So everybody having a good day? It's almost lunch. Yeah, half of our day, right? Got about half our day done. Always a good thing. Time moves quickly, does it not? See. All right. Anyone else have issues with recording? You need to let me know because we had a recording. Dallas, to be honest with you, yesterday there have been some aspects of the grade book in Infinite Campus that had not been set up thoroughly, is my understanding. So we just got those fixed up yesterday. Okay. So, everybody's going to get that grace. Okay. So don't worry about it. Just do it if you can by Friday, if possible, or Monday morning. And if you join class late, and then I will try to adjust the grade. Like if it says that it was late or something, I'll go in and like manually try to fix it all. Okay. But they did have something in the grade book that was not, I don't know, it was glitching anyway. Okay. And I think they got it fixed late yesterday afternoon. Okay. So no worries. No worries. All right. Everybody else, any other questions, you guys, before we start today, what we're doing? Okay. So behind me, clase hoy es, I forgot to put jueves. I forgot to put Thursday. See, I told y'all I was going to forget, right? So clase hoy es jueves. It's Thursday. El 14, number 14 agosto. So what is 14? What number is 14? 14. Today is the 14th of August. So 14, 14th. I forgot jueves, Thursday, right? Jueves with the J. Jueves. Okay. So vamos a practicar cuál es el formal or informal, right? What's formal and what isn't formal. So we're going to practice that a little bit today. Y vamos a conocer los números. We're going to spend some time on our numbers, right, you guys? And, it's a thing. Like here we are, 13 years old, 14 years old, 15 years old, however old you may be. And you're like, well, we're talking about numbers. Well, yeah, because when we're in a Spanish class, right, we are like children again. So we need to be patient with ourselves. We need to give each other that grace, right, of making mistakes and not knowing how to spell them and not knowing the word and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Okay. But before we do that, let's just have a little bit of warm-up fun today. I'm waiting for my link to open here. So give me 1 second and I will put it in the chat. And we're just going to dot our I's and cross our T's and it's not going to let me. Give me a second. This ain't right. This is not right. My computer's thinking. I think I got booted. Sorry, guys. There it is. Okay. Continuemos. Okay. All right, I'm going to put clase this link in the chat, and we're just going to warm up a little bit today, but I want you all to vote. Can y'all vote in the chat? I don't know what Coco Cabana is, but I can tell you that any of these plus only we don't have access to. So pick one, and whoever gets the most votes, that's the game we play. Right now I got a cafe, I got a classic, and I got a crypto. So make your vote. Ooh, I got 2 dinos, 2 cryptos, 2 cafes. So if you have a preference, pop it in the chat real quick. 3 cryptos. So cryptos is in the lead. So if you don't want to play crypto, you need to vote something. I don't even see crypto on here. Y'all see crypto on here? Oh, there it is. All right. Okay. So right now it's Fish Frenzy or crypto. So vote Fish Frenzy or crypto. Oh, fishing. Anybody else? Fish Frenzy or crypto? So far, fishing is winning. Okay. Here's the story. It's absolutely even. Fish or crypto. So the next person to put their choice in, that's what we go with because they'll be the tiebreaker. Fish or crypto? Fish. All right. Fish it is. Fish it is. Okay. All right, let's warm up, you guys. There's the link in chat, and you should be able to see the code if you need it. So let's have everybody in. We're going to practice our saludos. Yeah, we're going to practice our greetings. There are 18 of you today, so I should have 18 people in our booklet. Need 6 more. Let me know if you're having troubles. 4 more, 3 more. 2 more. Okay, let me know if you're having troubles. All right. Let's see. Give it your best shot, you guys. This will be our last practice with our saludos. All right, good job, you guys. Come on, Winter, you got this. Swift Bright. These names, though. You can do this. Frenzy. Okay, 35 seconds. Make them count. Shadow Heart is in the lead. Oh, did it freeze? Did it freeze for you guys? My timer froze. Did it freeze for you guys? Unresponsive. All right. Well, who was Shadow Heart, you guys? Who was in the lead when my computer froze? Tell me who you were in the chat. Who was Shadow Heart and who was Swift Song? All right. Good job. Good job. Yay. Nicely done. Okay. So my page is unresponsive, you guys. So I'll have to shut it down. Hey, good job. Muy bien. Muy bien. Muy bien. Let me see. Okay. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have maybe some issues with connection today. All right. So let me back out of that. Oh, very good. I love that. Good job, you guys. Nicely done. Okay. So let's switch our focus now to numbers. Now, why does it matter if we know numbers? Well, if we think about it, we got to shop. Yeah. And so we know that we need to be able to communicate. Like if we go to the market, if we go to the store, whatever it is, we need to know our numbers, right? Okay. Or even addresses or street names, things like that, right? They are important things. Okay. All right. So let me see. Or phone numbers. Thank you. Absolutely. I forgot about phone numbers. Okay. My computer's not cooperating. I'm sorry, guys. I'm distracted. Give me 1 second. It's really not my computer. I don't know what it is, honestly. Okay. Now, there's no fun way to do this at first. Okay. So one more second. Okay. All right. So I'm going to share this with you. You guys just need to listen and watch and help me to make some connections. And here's why connections are important. Okay, can y'all see my screen? Let's make sure my stuff is working because I'm not trusting of it today. Give me a thumbs up, please, if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you. All right. Once again, if I go too fast, if I go too slow, please let me know, okay? This is numbers, like it's like memorization, like when we were kids, we'd color pictures, and that and that and that to help us learn, count things, color 6, carrots or something or whatever, right? So, those were the ways that we could do that as children, right? In our format here, that's a little more difficult. Not to say that we can't do stuff like that, but it helps us to see a pattern. Okay. So what we are going to look for, you guys, are patterns. And you're going to help me with that. Now, you're going to go, what is she talking about? Pattern, blah, 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 numbers, whatever. Well, everything we do this year, you guys, is going to have a pattern. And instead of trying to rack our brains to like memorize things, memorize, we are going to try to help ourselves not have to memorize as much by finding patterns. Okay. So we've already started that in a way with our cognates when we looked for cognates. Okay. Now we're going to see what patterns we can find in numbers. Okay. All right. Any questions about what we're doing? Okay. So again, your job is to listen. Your job is to think. That's it. Very good. We're going to get there. Okay. All right. So let's look at 0 to 10. Okay. We're going to do this column first. Okay, clase? So first, let's listen, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Simple enough. You guys told me during the warm-up today that you felt comfortable at least counting to 5, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, simple enough. Let's try to make some connections and find some patterns, okay, when we go from 11 through 15. So you guys, these are the hardest. 11 through 15 are the hardest, right? So let's look at them. Let's see how we can find ways to help us remember them, okay? So 11, 11. We talked about this in class the other day. We talked about 11 the other day. 12, 13, 14, 15. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so Kimura says, here's one pattern. The 11 through 15s all end in CE. Yep, correct. Okay. Do we notice anything else in terms of pattern? And what I want you to do is I want you to compare the 11 through 15 with the 0 through 10 and tell me if you find any patterns. So we're comparing here.
The numbers like dose is like the same as 2 dose, but
Okay.
it has a CE at the end.
Very good. So the ending, so the spelling might change, right? Because we said we had CE here, right? But if we look at the root, you guys, or the stem of the word, dos, right? Doce. Tres, trece. So 3, 13. I have a question for you. What geometric thing has 3 sides You guys in geometry, what, I don't even know the word. Yes, a triangle. Triangle. TRI, yeah? And we learned that anything like TRI in English has to do with 3. Isn't that right, you guys? Yeah, follow me. Okay. So same deal here, right? Tres, 13, 3, 13. Okay. So if we remember that our CE tells us that it's like a teen, right? Like 13 in this case. Okay. All right. And then we can figure out, okay, tres, like triangle. Okay. All right, let's look at 4. Cuatro and catorce. Catorce. So we have a spelling change, but it sounds similar enough. Cuatro, catorce. Okay. I have a question. Let's say a woman has 2 babies at the same time. What do we call them? And feel free to unmute. You guys can unmute. Twins, right? We call them twins if they have 2 babies, right? If a woman has 3 babies, what are they?
Triplets.
Good. Triplets. Good, Heaven. Triplets. And you guys look, if we go back up here to our 3, we see that TR, yeah?
So triplets,
Say again.
triplets, triplets.
In English, we say triplets, right? Because the TRI, like for triangle, tells us it's something to do with a 3. Y'all see this connection I'm trying to make? See or no? See? Give me a thumbs up. Yeah? Okay. So if a woman then has 4 babies, what do we call it? What do we call them if they have 4 babies? Very good, Lay. Anybody?
Quadruplets.
Quadruplets. Qua, right? What geometric shape has 4 sides? Good, Caroline.
Rectangle.
A square, or what is this quadrilateral thing? What's a quadrilateral? Y'all know that word in geometry?
A shape with 4 sides.
Qua, right? Lateral is a side. Quadruplets, quadrilaterals. You can tell I'm not a math teacher. Cuatro, right? And then it becomes catorce for 14. Qua, right? Anything that has to do with 4, quadruplets. Qua. So cuatro, 4, catorce, 14. Okay, everybody cool with that? Yes? Now, we can look at 15 and say, what the heck? Cinco does not sound like quince at all, right? Cinco and quince. Do they even look alike? No. Do they even sound alike? No. However, what if a woman has 5 babies? Yikes.
Quintuplets also.
That's it. Quintuplets. I'll put it in the chat so you can see how we spell it in English. Quintuplets. It's in the chat. Do you see how we get quince for 15? Something to do with 5? Quin. Y'all see that? Yes or no? Yes. So we're learning about language, not just Spanish, because this is about, you know, the whole Latin thing, right? Okay. Exactly. From Spanish. So, well, from Latin, right? And so cinco becomes quince, like quintuplets. So when we try to remember, that's correct. When we try to remember our teen numbers, right? 12, 13, 14, 15, we need to remember our babies, okay? Now, I got one more question. What about this? Let me ask you. Yes, it looks like dos. Yes, it sounds like doce or dos. Doce sounds like dos. But let's say we got the hunger for donuts. Because you guys, donuts are my favorite food. And you're going to hear me talk about donuts all the time. That's correct. Because I love them. If we go buy 12 donuts, what do
A
we call
dozen.
it? A dozen. A dozen. This is where the word dozen comes from. Did you ever wonder why we don't just say 12 or something? Dozen. Okay. Doce, dos, D-O-Z. Spell it however you want. The spelling may change, pronunciation may change. Same deal though. 12, dozen, doce. Okay. So ways to help us remember. So one more time, you guys. Cero, uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Looks like 6. Sounds like 6. Seis. Siete with the T. Ocho. Now, what connection can we make with ocho?
It's at the end of 18.
There you go. Or like octopus. How many arms does an octopus have?
8.
8. What about the geometric shape that has 8 sides? The did I lose you? Are we glitching? No.
An octagon.
An octagon, like the shape of a stop sign, is an octagon. It has shape 8 sides, you guys. Octagon, octopus. Yeah, so we get ocho, 8. That's where it comes from. Okay. 9, nueve. They both start with the letter N. Yes. Do we have a geometric shape for something that has 10 sides? I ask because I don't know. Does anybody know of a sign that has of a geometric shape that has 10 sides? How are we going to remember 10, you guys? How are we going to remember diez? I know. Okay, Jameson. I know how we're going to remember diez. What word does this look like in English? Does it remind you of the word dice? Like a dice when you roll the dice? You guys, yes or no? Yes, yes, dice. Yeah, you hear that? How many sides? If we have 2 dice, how many sides do we have? Oh, we have 12? No, 10. We have 10 sides. That's right, 5 on each, right? So I was thinking, right? So
Every cube has sides, and if you add that together, that's 12.
that, no, because there's no 0. So it's got 5 sides. So 5 and 5.
It's 1 to 6.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the numbers on the dice. We're talking about the sides of the dice.
Then there's 6 because there's like it's 3D. So
No, there's 5 on each dice. There's not 6 sides to a dice. There's 5 sides to a dice.
A
Right.
cube
Aren't
has
dice
6 sides.
Say again. A cube has 6 sides? Is that what you said? Cube has 5
Yes. It has 6 sides.
It has 6 sides? Okay, well then scratch that, you guys. I could have sworn a dice had 5 sides. Okay, my bad. I was just trying to find a way for us to remember. Yes. Okay, if you guys come up with one, let me know. Okay. All right. Any questions about this craziness? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it has 6. Okay. Well, I was struggling. I was looking for something to help us with diez. Remember diez. Okay. Okay. Now for the rest of this, you guys, 16 through 19, it's going to work the same way that it does in English, right? So we have 10 and 6, right? 10 y 6. 10 and 6. Yeah, that's it, Kimura. Okay. 10 and 7, right? If you do the math, 10 y 7. We just have that spelling change. 10 and 8, 18. 10 and 9, 19. Okay. So 16, 10 and 6, 17, 18, 19. 20, 20, and 30, 30. Now, in our 30, we still have our TRE to tell us it has something to do with 3. But 20 is just one that we're going to have to remember. 20. Okay, unless you guys can find a way to connect it somehow. 20. Okay. And then if we want to be 21, 21, 22, right? 20 and 2, 23, 24. Oh, Kimura, you have to explain. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and then 30. So 31 would be clase what? 31, 32, 33, right? Just like in English. So somebody says this, Kimura says it reminds us of when we go to Starbucks. So I don't do Starbucks. So what do you mean? Oh, 20 is the size of a cup. Is the cup 20 ounces?
Yes,
And we know that for sure?
I looked it up.
I don't know. I'd say I don't go to Starbucks. So, okay, Starbucks. Yeah, for 20, right? That's the size of a cup. That's how we can remember 20. Okay. 20 and 30, right? And then we count like we normally do. Just add 20 and 1, 20 and 2, etc., etc. Okay? So one more time real quick, and then we're going to listen to a little boogie, little song. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. If we have 5 babies, right? Quintuplets. And then 16 through 19 is 10 plus 6, or 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. Therefore, 16, 17, 18, 19. 20, like our Starbucks cup. And then we just add 1, 2, 3, 4 after. 21, 22, 23, etc. 30 is 30. Right? So we have that TRE, like triangle, anything to do with 3. And then we would add 31, 32, 33. We would just add those. 9 is 9. 9. We just pronounce every letter there. 9. Okay. All right. Any questions? Any connections? I appreciate the Starbucks connection. If you guys can think of a way to remember 10. That would be nice. We talked the other day about once, if you remember. I asked you what it looked like, and you said it looked like once upon a time. And so we know that 1 is uno, so this can't be 1, but it can be about 1. So 1, 2 times, once. Okay, once, like once upon a time. Okay, any questions? All right, brain break. I got a wrap for us. Now, I want to forewarn you guys. I have this ability to find the worst, like cheesiest YouTube videos ever. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. So give me a minute to get it pulled up here. I had all my slides pulled up, and then my computer went loony. Okay, all right, here we go. Make sure you can hear. Make sure you can see the screen. Okay, here we go. It's bad. It's bad. It's going to help us remember.
Cuenta, 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 cuenta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cuenta, 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 cuenta. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19. Cuenta, 20. Cuenta, cuenta, cuenta. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Cuenta, 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 cuenta. 29, cuenta, 30, cuenta.
Okay, one more time. Was that enough for all of
Creating
us?
videos like this is
What does cuenta mean?
Cuenta means what is cuenta? What's our guess? What are we doing?
Number.
Numbers. We're counting, right? We're counting. Yeah. So cuenta, count. Okay. All right. I have a little practice thing for us, and then we're going to finish up class with our formal and informal. And then if anybody needs some work time, you can do that. Okay. All right. So there's a link in your chat. Click on it. Let me know if you have a problem accessing. If you have a problem accessing, we'll switch it up. It should look like this. It's like a Pac-Man game. Y'all ever play Pac-Man? No? Okay. Are we in? Is it working for us? Okay, Ariana, try that link. Haley, are you having trouble with that link? Marilisa or Lay, is it opening up for you? Okay, good. Charlie, Akari, try the link, please. Yep. I'm just going to give everyone another few seconds and then we'll switch gears if you can be patient. Okay. We will switch gears, you guys, at 11. No, it should have started for you, Heaven. Okay. All right, you guys, it's 11 o'clock. So let's switch gears real fast. Go ahead and back out of that. That link, by the way, is in your, I'm getting ready to publish it. It is in the module. So if you wanted to go back and play that word wall, that maze game, you can. Okay. All right. So switching gears. Good job. And we'll come back to numbers, right? We're going to see them all year long. So don't sweat those too much right now. Okay. We're going to finish up our discussion about formal and informal. Okay. And I'm going to share a screen with you. Now, once again, other cultures, okay, other cultures pay more attention to formal speech than we do, in my opinion. And so yeah, we have to be aware of that so that when we are in a place and we need, or we're talking to people that where you need to be formal, okay, that we are being formal, okay, or more polite. In English, it's really more about how we say things versus the actual words that we use sometimes. But in Spanish, there are actual words that we will need to become accustomed to that are formal versus informal, okay? What we're going to see is, this is just an example, an informal way to say you. So when we looked at our greetings, right, we said, ¿Cómo estás tú? We could say, ¿Cómo estás tú? And we said that the S tells us in estás that it's informal, okay? ¿Cómo estás tú? But if we need to be formal in ¿Cómo estás tú?, we would drop that S and it would become ¿Cómo está? And we would need to use this word here, usted. Okay, so you can see ¿Cómo estás tú? Is informal. And then the whole thing needs to kind of change it up if we're going to be speaking formally. And ¿Cómo está usted? Okay, so we have, again, it's not only about how we say things in Spanish to be formal, but the actual words we use are going to be different. So then that begs the question, when do we need to be formal and when do we need to be informal? Because those are kind of the rules, right? So Let's look here. So remember that usted, if y'all can see my pointer, is our formal. So when would we use como está usted, for example? When would we use usted?
When you're talking business,
Okay, when
or
you're
like when you're talking to someone new.
exactly somebody new, right? Somebody you've never met, like where it says here, exactly, un primer encuentro, somebody new. When you speak to someone who is older, which we have up here, a las personas mayores, right? If we have, very good, you guys, a teacher or a boss, so a su jefe would be our boss, a su profesor, your teacher, somebody that you don't know, un desconocido, at work, and even if it's a customer, yeah, un cliente, like if it's a customer, right? So we need to be formal when we're talking to our teachers. Well, you guys know we're not very formal when we talk to our teachers in America, right? In the United States. But that's sort of an expected thing, right? Elsewhere, when you first meet somebody or somebody you don't know, your boss, people who are older than you, right? People you work with, they're not your friends, okay? They're people you work with. And you know what, you guys, that's a big difference too. In the United States, like when we work with people, like we might come home and go, oh, this friend of mine at work said, you know, blah, 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 this friend of mine, or this friend at school said, you know, blah, 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 or whatever. Their definition of friend and our definition of friend is totally different. They make a definite, you guys, a definite distinction between who is a work colleague and who is a friend. So in the United States, we tend to be very loose with that word friend. Oh, it's a friend from school, right? Or it's a friend from work or something like that. Not in other parts of the world, right? It's a colleague from school, a colleague from work, right? So do we understand the difference in like that level of friend and colleague, right? A colleague is just somebody I work with, but I don't hang out with that person and I don't tell that person like my secrets or anything like that. You know what I mean? Right? Versus a friend. Okay. So they do also make that distinction, right? When I was, I'll tell you this real quick story. When I was teaching at my old school, I was there for 24 years. And for about 15 of those years, I was the coordinator for the foreign exchange students. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Foreign exchange students. Yeah. Give me a thumbs up if you know what I mean. And I was like the person at the school to, you know, help, you know, answer their questions, kind of help them get oriented to how to go to school in the United States or whatever, you know. And yes, and one of the things that was like a regular pattern, like a regular thing that would come up no matter what country they came from or whatever, it was always that we are like overly, as Americans, right? Overly friendly. Like they were shocked at the idea that we would call them a friend, you know, so quickly after they meet someone, right? That they would consider them a friend or something. And then what would happen is that maybe they weren't so close, like maybe they were just, but we just used the word friend. Are you with me? And those foreign exchange students were always sort of like disappointed at some point. Well, he called me a friend, but then he did this or he said that, right? And so, you know, I would explain, right? It's just a different form of speech. Okay. So it gets a little tricky, you guys. There's a lot to know about culture, right? And I learned a lot about our culture from 15 years of helping foreign exchange students get accustomed to schooling in the United States and like being around other people, right? It's an interesting topic of conversation. Okay, so then you guys, we have our informal tu, right? Our informal tu. And so when do we use tu? Now look up here. Both of these words mean you. Okay, both of these words mean you. So one is informal and one is formal, but they both mean you. So when do we use you? When do we use tu? Is when we are amongst our friends, not our colleagues. Yeah. When we're in with our family, en familia. Con los animales domésticos, with our mascotas, right? Our pets. We're going to be informal when we talk to animals, right? We can be informal with a student, like somebody who's in our class, a un alumno, only because it doesn't make them our friend, only because we're the same age. We can use tu. Okay, we can be informal, right? We can also use tu and be informal with una persona más joven, a person that's younger than us. If we are friends at work, we can use tu. And with children, babies, los niños, we're going to be informal. Okay? So, tú is informal when we want to say you, blah, 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 or cómo estás tú, right? And we would use that cómo estás, that informal with friends, with family, with pets, with people our own age, with children, okay? And we would use usted with strangers, with somebody we're just meeting, a boss, people older than us, teachers, a customer, those kinds of things. Okay. All right. Any questions about this whole formal and informal business? No. Okay. And honestly, it's like in Spain is really, really, really much more picky about when to use tu and when to use usted, maybe more so than maybe South America or Central America. Okay. All right. So who is this person? Who is this person? ¿Quién es esta señora? Who is this person? What do you think she is, clase? Oh. Doggone. Thank you. Okay. Who is this person, you guys?
Teacher.
Una profesora. So, are we going to be formal or informal?
Formal.
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 Formal. Muy bien. If you want to answer in the chat, listen carefully. You can either put an F for formal or an I for informal. Okay, you guys? F for formal, I for informal in the chat. Okay, so una profesora formal, right? We're going to use an F. Very good. Okay. How about this person?
Informal.
Informal.
Informal. F or I. Okay. Muy bien. Keep them coming. F or I in the chat. Muy bien. Muy bien. So if you said I, right? Informal. Because, how come, you guys? How come?
They're a student.
They're a student. They're somebody your own age.
They're your peers.
They're your peer. I would be informal with her as well because she's my student or she's younger than me, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Or maybe I just, yeah, exactly, Marilisa, right? All right. This is a tricky one. So think about it before you answer. So you're at the grocery store, the checkout, and there's a gal helping you. F or I?
Formal.
Okay. Keep it coming. Lisa, what do you think? Carlin, what do you think? She's at the grocery store. You're checking out. What do you think? Dallas, did you answer this one? Charlie, F or I? What do you think? Stacy? Okay. Yes, the better thing to do, you guys, is formal, even though she's your age. Yeah. Because you don't know her, because she's helping you. It's like a business transaction in this case. And here's a big rule to kind of remember. If you are unsure whether or not to be formal or informal, what's the best option? What's the best choice to make if you're not sure?
Formal.
Exactly. Always go formal if you're not sure. Okay. So in this case, you know, we're being polite. She's helping us. It's like a business transaction. We don't know her. The better thing would be to be formal. Okay. See, and you always want to be formal if you're not sure. How about for this gentleman?
Formal.
Formal.
How come? ¿Por qué?
It's an older
He's your
person.
elder.
Right. He's older. He's your elder, right? Muy bien. Okay, now careful on this one. This is a trick one as well. Your friend's
Informal.
parent.
It depends if they're old or not, right?
Depends on in America, it depends, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Spanish language. Your friend's parents.
I say formal.
Okay. Your friend's parents, not your parents, right? Your friend's parents. Uh-huh. So I'm sure you all have done this before. You maybe spend the night, have a sleepover at your friends, parents hanging around, helping out, making sure y'all have, you know, good time, something, whatever, food, whatever. You're a guest in their house. Think about it. They're older than you. You're always going to be formal. Your friends' parents, right? You're always going to be formal with your friends' parents. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at this real quick. Again, we have, let's see how much time we have left. All right, a few more minutes. So these are called títulos, right? De cortesía. So titles of courtesy. So who can tell me? Let's see, Elizabeth. What is the word for sir or Mr. in Spanish? Can you unmute?
Señor.
Señor. Muy bien. Señor. Okay. So if it's a sir or a Mr., it's going to be señor. And then notice how we abbreviate señor.
So it would be SR instead of MR.
Yes, because it's not Mr. The word is señor in Spanish, right? Right?
And there's an A at the end because of the masculine and feminine.
Exactly. If it's a woman, and notice she's older, we need to make it feminine. So we add our A. Señora.
Like Nina or Nino.
Niño or niña. Correct. So we add our A, you guys, and then we add our A on our Mrs., our abbreviation, señora. So what is it if it's a young person who's not married?
It's just their gender, right? Nina.
Well, that's the word for child. What's the title? How do we say miss? We say señorita, right? We take the word señor, we add our ita. That ita ending means like little, okay? So in a feminine word. And so señorita, and this is how we would say miss. Okay, everybody clear about that? See or no? See? So we have Mr., which is señor, Mrs., which is señora, and then for a young girl, señorita. Señorita. Well, what if it's a little boy?
Nino.
No.
Senor.
You still use
Oh wait,
you're right. You still use señor. I mean, you wouldn't, but you could. That's the word for it. Okay. What what if the woman is older, but she's not married and never has been married? Are you still going to use señora or are you going to use señorita?
I say still use it.
You
Right.
still use it. Yeah. You still use señora, right? Even if she's never been married because she's older. Yeah. If she's older, you're going to use señora, right? At some point, this señorita grows up to an age where she's just no longer señorita, but she's señora. Okay. Okay. Questions? Señor, señora, señorita. And you're going to see these words in like classroom activities and stuff, right? So Mr., Mrs., and Miss. Okay. Now, in Spain, often you will also see this word don or doña. Don or doña. And those don and doña are the same way of saying Mr. or Mrs. or whatever, sir or ma'am, whatever, but super duper formal. Okay, super duper. So remember, if you're ever in Spain, they're super duper formal about everything, right? But it has the same meanings. Okay. So you tell me, clase. Let's fill this chart out together. We have informal on one side and formal on the other. This will be the last thing we do today. So who would you address formally and who would you address informally? So tell me in chat, Senor Cruz, informal or formal? Just F or I, you guys. Oops, Senor, oops, sorry. Senor Cruz. Senor Cruz would be formal. Exactly. Okay, very good. Your best friend. Tell me F or I in the chat. Very good. Informal, your best friend. Informal. Okay. Your sister. Yes, Nikki. F or I, real quick in the chat. Very good, you guys. Your sister, informal, with an I. Muy bien. Your principal, informal or formal? F or I? Muy bien. F, formal. Okay. How about Paco? Who is Paco? ¿Quién es Paco? Paco, formal or informal? Well, you know what? You could argue either which way. But if you're going to call somebody by their first name, in other words, if you're not saying Mr. Smith, if you're not saying Senor Smith, you're saying Paco, you probably know him if you're going to call him by his first name. And so maybe the better answer is informal because you're calling him by his first name. Okay. How about your math teacher? Formal or informal? Okay. How about your boss? Formal or informal? Formal. Muy bien. Last one, your mama, your mom. Formal or informal? Informal. Yay, you got it, right? So last question then. Is tú, the word you, is tú informal or formal?
Informal.
Informal. And usted is the
Formal.
Okay, very good, you guys. Great job today. Okay, even though I was a little off today, my computer was giving me fits. You guys did a great job today. Okay, any questions? Preguntas? No preguntas? Okay, so just as a reminder, you should have turned in this week your guided notes on the greetings. You had that first VHL practice with the recordings about the greetings. Okay, so
Can you tell me how to get there?
it's in your module. Remember, it's always in your module, right? You can click on, it has the little link symbol. Let me get my screen pulled up and I'll show you. Okay. We are our let's get started. Okay. So you're in the let's get started module. I'm gonna
Yes, ma'am.
where it says the link, where you have your link and it has the little fireworks thing. And you just click on that. Okay. Now today I posted, you guys, a listening activity on numbers. You can try it if you want, or not try it. If you don't want, that's fine. It's in the numbers up here. Right. The slides are here. Remember, we work from the top down. And you guys should see the slides for 0 to 30. That word wall practice with the maze, if you want to do that again. And then here's a listening assignment. Okay. Not due till the 22nd. You have time on that one. But if you want to try that one after today, you can. On Monday, when we're back together, we will do some more practice with our numbers. So that's why I say you don't have to do this now. If you want to give it a try, you can. Okay. All right. Any questions, clase, about how to access an assignment, what it is you should have done? Okay. How to access YouTube, anything like that. Okay. So next week, you guys, the plan is we'll practice with numbers. And then we're going to get into the weeds, man. We're going to dive in. Okay. Next week. So be prepared. All right. Okay. So nos vemos lunes. See you Monday. Have a great day tomorrow. Have a great day today. Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. You can, Heaven. Absolutely. Still want to do that escape room. Absolutely. Give it a try. And you can use the internet for that. Okay. Yes. That's one you can use the internet on. All right. Thanks for your attention. Adios a todos. Adios. Have a great job.